fact, none of these factors are really significant at this age. If I could draw a horizontal line through any of these and stay within the blue dashed uncertainties of this estimate, so none of them really matters.
Now you say the data, these models that are done online, they get it out of hospital data?
I tried to find the study that this was derived from, and the best I could find was a study that published this data in table format, in chunks, like someone to 30 to 35, add 2%. If they're 35 to 40, add another 2%. And it was not a continuous variable model. It was a pretty poor model to begin with that this applet was created from. I searched high and low I spent maybe an hour and a half looking, and I finally gave up. I said, I don't see where this model, the Applets model came from. The best I could find was a paper that chunked them into tables like I was talking.
So what's another good use of your model is it's almost rating that applet, right? Tell your friends, like, this website is really not good because the certain skew.
Yes, great point, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, though. When I look at this percentage, I know
it's give you confidence, but the reality is,
that's right. There's a huge uncertainty that's not given to you. Just remember, any number expressed without its uncertainty is pretty worthless.
So in terms of proprietary, these applets and so on online, maybe they're not that valuable. Is that what you're saying? I mean, they're giving it away free.
Yeah.
They're giving it away free.
Or interest only.
Well, if somebody has a proprietary applet, it would be pretty easy to reverse engineer. Okay. Using this, for example, this would certainly be.
But there are businesses like the insurance industry where they have pretty good data. I mean, they have to because that's how they make their money.
Yeah, life expectancy data. You can do this with life expectancy data.
Well, it's actuaries.
Yeah, but actuaries, right.
So if you went to real life, you can do this and reverse engineer that applet. It was too big of an applet for me. I didn't want to mess with it. I want to use something real simple.
Right.
That's why I chose this one. But I also do have one that's more complicated than what we'll get into in a minute here. And so let me see if I can exit out of the, let me see if I can get that applet to work live. I don't promise anything because I don't know if I have the screen resolution to do it. Let's see, we're doing a heart attack.
Just while you're thinking actuarial on these, remember that they're going to cradle their parameters, just like we would with an important parameter and what's not. So they're not looking for the last 30 days of your life expectancy. They're looking for how many years, because it's a fairly wide band that they're working with. So they don't have to chase it very hard.
Okay, so here is an example for a 52-year-old male with 180 cholesterol, HDL of 43, not a smoker, systolic 118, and no high blood pressure. Does that sound like anybody you know?
No.
That was my data that I put in, remember?
Yeah.
So I know that my risk, based on the model, remember the screen spit out 4%? I would believe the model more than I would believe the screen because I also know the uncertainty. So I really know it's about 6%, and it can be as high as 12 or 13%. So there's a lot of uncertainty in that. So that certainly that 4% that it gave me is within the uncertainty of the 6% to 12%. Now what happens if I move these? So now why don't they just put this tool on the web page instead of a bunch of blank fill in the blank stuff? And all you have to do is grab this and slide it to your age, move this to what you are, move this to your cholesterol, move this to your HDL, move this to whether you smoke or not, and move your systolic blood pressure. Then you can see, I'm missing one more, right, and high blood pressure medication. So I just set these up for a 62-year-old male with high cholesterol, low good cholesterol, smoker, little high blood pressure, has a 28% chance of heart attack.
Just change the sex now.
Leave my personal life out of this. Oh, you mean on this? I'm sorry. So if we move that to female,
Now,
what is the effect of female versus male? 20% there and 28%. So
so how do you get the web page to do this for you? You just jump?
no, what I'm saying is it would be nice if the web page would do this.
Right, but you're doing it. So how did you get it?
This is JUMP. This is what's called the
JUMP.
prediction profiler.
Okay.
It's created from my model, so I have the coefficients. I have the equation if I want it. this is my R square, so I explain 90% of the variation of the model with these factors. That's a pretty good model. If I wanted to look at the parameter estimates, don't freak out here, I'll just show you age, for example. I'm sorry, gender. So for gender, the estimate is about 6.6%. So this goes on both sides of 0, so it's twice that. So for female, it's a 3% drop, and for male, it's a 3% increase. So about a 6% difference for gender. Now, there are also interactions here as well. So you'll find that age and gender have an interaction. I'll show you that on the slider tool. Age and gender, and also total cholesterol and smoke. So let's go look at those. Remember those, because I'll forget. Because I'm 52 and I have low good cholesterol. What did I say? Gender and age? Okay, so see how the effect of age for females is not as sloped as it is for males. Watch when I go to males.
Oh, yeah.
Age is a much more significant factor for males than for females.
Okay, and smoke and cholesterol?
What this doesn't tell you, though, is that the reason it's a higher factor for males is because of females.
I'm
sorry.
You're a brave man, and whatever you get out of here.
That's the end of his presentation.
You notice he's kneeling when he said that.
I said that because this is on the internet and they can't punch me through the screen. Sorry, folks watching this. Okay, what was the other one that was significant? Cholesterol and smoker. Okay, so smoker and cholesterol, total cholesterol, right? Watch the slope of this. As my cholesterol goes up, so does my risk if I'm a smoker. If I'm not a smoker, it doesn't really change all that
Yeah,
much.
look at
See the difference?
that. My goodness. Also the blood pressure.
So if you don't smoke, you can eat spare ribs. If you smoke, oh sorry, it's spinach salad for you tonight.
Spinach.
No dressing.
So wouldn't it be nice to have this on the screen instead of a fill in the table kind of thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but this is more complicated to put it up. You're using junk, right?
Plus they can't gather data on you because you're inputting your age and all your health statistics, and they're capturing you and they're selling that data probably to some drug company.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
would be a
really?
good tool for
Okay.
physicians to use to convince their patients Oh, yeah, to change their behavior. That's a
Yeah, so
good
they
idea.
can basically
Maybe,
just take that
if it
line.
would be convincing enough. Okay, so let's move on to another example.
Yeah.
Remember, the correlated model is not validated. You don't know
Because our
any-
data's not reliable.
That's right. You don't know
But
anything about.
remember too, that your physician wants to ignore all the good things and just tell you about
That's
the bad
pretty
stuff.
neat.
So again, we did my risk, so this is a maintenance slide. It was 4% and my model said 6%. These are their interactions that I showed you in that table. This is a plot of interactions, and the way to see if there's an interaction is if the two lines are not parallel. It doesn't matter if they overlap or not, if they're on top of each other, are they parallel? If they're not parallel, then there's an interaction, and so I won't get into the heavy details, but I'll just pick age versus female or male. This is the effect of age on I think that's female, and then this is male.